This is a voice spectral analysis of a person that has elephant man's disease. Well, we took this woman's vocal print, and here it is. And this is what it looks like on a computer. And look at this high point right here. See it up above the rest of the voice? Can you see that? There's a giant spike in this graph. We were able to look at that spike, and it told us exactly what compound in her body was causing this. And it was an isotope of calcium. And an isotope is like calcium, but not quite. It's like when you make a batch of cookies and you got one little scrawny looking cookie that's really a cookie, but kind of weird looking and doesn't fit with the group. Well, that's what an isotope is in layman's terms. We were able to look at this graph and see what that frequency was, and it was this isotope of calcium. We gave her the opposite of it. Now, elephant man's disease is incurable. Her particular kind couldn't even be operated on. It was inside the brain. It was crushing the brain inside the skull, and there was a spike of it in the optic nerve. She was legally blind. Ask her to describe her pain on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. She said her pain was 13. When we gave her this frequency as an antidote, as an opposite frequency, the pain was gone in about 3 minutes. She said it was the biggest shot of Jack Daniels she'd ever had. The calcium has dissipated. She's not blind anymore. And when she came to us, her doctor said, death is imminent. This is what we can do with this. We can look at your body and reverse disease. We can reverse the effects of medication. We can tell you what nutrients you need by looking at your voice this way. There's also another way to look at your voice. And this is a different kind of voice spectral analysis. This is another way that we look at the voice. This is a different kind of computer printout. And in this voice, I have marked some of the things that's going on. You still have this C, D, E, F, G, A, B, still have all the notes in your voice, but each of these notes have about 100 increments if you're going to use 2 decimal points. In this person's voice, they had A missing. Can you see that? It's obvious. And this one was very, very tall. There was too much D sharp. From these kinds of patterns, we're able to tell what kind of disease your body is susceptible to. In this particular person's voice, and this is one of the university professors we work with, we looked at the note of A, and we looked at the note of D sharp, and we could tell that he had a metabolism problem. And it dealt with hydrochloric acid. And we know that from some of the formulas that we've used. So we gave this man hydrochloric acid by frequency, not by pill, by frequency. And you'll see when the next print goes up, what happens to his voice. It's clear and clean all the way across. This is a vocal print of a healthy person. By frequency, not by pill. We were able to stimulate the body to build what it needed, hydrochloric acid. Now this particular gentleman chose not to stay on the frequency. If he wanted to do that, we have a little box, a little machine that he could have carried around with him, but he chose to carry around a bottle of hydrochloric acid. So he pops hydrochloric acid, and that does the same thing for him, whether you do it by pill or by frequency. We cannot create elements, but we can create compounds. We can trigger your body to make what it wants, what it needs. I find this whole idea fascinating. What can you really do with this? Not only with this kind of metabolism can we look at it, we can look at all the muscle parts of your body. We've had people come to us that had muscles that were in stress, and we have been able, by trial and error, to put these ranges on the muscles. We know by testing people whether to make them weak or strong what can happen with that. A lot of people who've had strokes are paralyzed all on one side, and that's been a great gift to us for them to come to us. Well, I have all the muscles in the body mapped except these little ones inside the nose. This is a voice spectral analysis of a person that has elephant man's